Meteorologist Zach Fradella with your hot forecast.
And the first alert as you wake up on this Monday morning is the heat. Boy, look at these temperatures. 96 today and then upwards. 98 for tomorrow, 98 for Wednesday. But you might notice something. This is a very short duration heat wave. This is not going to last very long. We're in the 80s for highs by the end of this week. We're going to have tons of clouds and could have some heavy rain signals showing up in our long range forecast. Hot, but not record heat. That's the good story. 96 for today, then our record is 99. Tomorrow, that record is 99. We go up to 98, but then by Wednesday, forecasting a 98. The record gets into the triple digits, gets over to 101 for that Wednesday forecast. So we're about to park this high right on top of us for a day or two here. Sinking air means drying. Very little cloud cover, and then sinking air also compressionally warms, and that's why we get the compressional warming in the hotter temperatures. But this high will shift north of us as we go into the end of this week. That's going to open the door to an east wave moving across the northern Gulf. Stormy, 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 and that's the benefit to this whole flip where we're going to get the clouds, we're going to get the rain, and we're going to see a trend in the cooler side of things once we get towards the end of this week. So playing out today and tomorrow, there's going to be a few dots on the map each afternoon from the radar perspective, but the rain chance is 20% or less. By Wednesday, northerly flow, watch this, start to get those thunderstorms developing by Wednesday afternoon. So be ready for a flip to a much stormier pattern come Wednesday late and then running Thursday, Friday, probably all the way through or into this upcoming weekend. Look how the rain chances flip on us. Very low spotty storm. Stray storm more so rather than a spotty storm. And then you see the flip to Wednesday 60%. That's going to be late in the day. That is not going to be mainly at lunch. That's going to be 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the afternoon. And then we run these 60 to 70% rain chances for the end of this week going into next weekend. So we're going to totally change things around here by the end of the work week. Getting into the tropics, I would not be surprised if they do have to highlight that eastern wave moving across the Gulf Coast at some point. Because there's going to be some tropical moisture surging over the Gulf yet again. Just going to be a heavy rain signal for us. And then there's this weak low that's trying to develop east of the Caribbean. It's still kind of early for that, but it's a sign that we're almost August. Once you get to August, you start to pay attention out there more so. But if that does develop, Caribbean right now is a graveyard. It would fall apart as soon as it got there. So today, 96, sending out a first alert weather day for Tuesday, Wednesday, because once you get to 98 here in New Orleans, that's not good from a heat perspective. That's even way above normal for us. Wednesday's first alert weather day is more so the heat and the storm chances late, and then look how stormy it gets by the end of the week. So 3 days of the heat left, and then we're going to trend in the 80 direction.
But that'll bring the temperatures back down, hopefully.
Yeah.
Right?
Trend is going to be way down with the temperatures, but it's going to be, I think it's going to be pretty stormy.
Okay.
Right,
Stormier than last week, we think.
You know, it's interesting because last week we had the, oh, is it going to be a named storm or not? You know, this week it probably will be stormier than last week.
Without being that conversation. Without that conversation.
Even though I think they're going to highlight it at some point or another, it's going to be the same concept. It's tropical moisture coming, and so we're going to have heavy rains.
All right.
Okay.
Well, get through the heat right now.
Yeah.
Get you to work this morning.
Get you to work this morning. It's Monday.